Welcome everybody to Hylia Gamescast episode 81, Zelda Mailbag section. This is the part where we answer all your Zelda or not Zelda, I guess, questions. You can submit them to us on Discord or in the live chat if you're watching this live. Comments anywhere on the internet. But sometimes we frankly just get too many questions. We can't get through them all. So if you want to guarantee your question gets answered, pop on over to GameOverJesse on patreon.com and you can join this lovely list I have of people that have already done this, such as Wildhorse64, Samuel, Ryan Jammin, Foxo, Andrew, Jonathan, David, Amanda, Jacob, Derek, Blargnar, Michelle, Mandy Lee Plays, Michael, Elmer, Bootleg, Boy, Vortex, Gus, Monica, Link Use the Triforce, Lunarium, Shadow Twist, Rusty, Lovable Christy, Fallen, Threeco, and Halo Justin. I know it's supposed to say Echo, but Fallen Threeco sounds actually a little bit cooler. So, Jesse, do you have a question to kick this mailbag off?
Yeah. So I'm looking here. Sobble in comment says, I'm confusion about Hylia. Is she a goddess again after being the first Zelda or what? So.
Ooh. Yes and no.
Yeah.
like she gave up her immortal form to be reincarnated as Zelda, the mortal being person. So the bloodline of Zelda has the blood of the goddess in that sense. But Skyward Sword, she also says that in a sense she also exists outside of time. So she kind of is always or never is. So it's a weird mind-boggling thing, but my hands are really moving. Yes and no because of that. She kind of stops being, but because she's outside of time itself, she kind of always is still.
Yeah, you are right to be confused.
It's because weird as hell.
it is sort of contradicting and a paradox in itself, because the game Skyward Sword that introduces Hylia does state that she gives up her her goddess form to be reincarnated as Zelda, but then later on in the game, Fi, who is her messenger, keeps giving Link new messages from Hylia, not Zelda, who is during those events of the game sleeping. And
also not sleeping.
Yeah.
Because of time travel.
Yeah. So there's another not paradox, because that's explained, but it's very confusing, because Fi does say this message comes from the goddess who sits at the edge of time. And it's okay, but I thought the goddess was in the form of Zelda, so what's going on here?
I mean, you could say that maybe she recorded them. And then left them for you to find, but then
it also could be that her physical, she gave up her physical form, so her physical form's reincarnated as Zelda, but then her spirit's off in heaven or whatever.
The equivalent of
Zelda's heaven, the sacred realm. I don't know.
Sure. All of the
Not where I'd expect to find Hylia, but okay.
All right, so do you guys, whoever has the next question picked out, whether it's in the mailbag or the live chat, Taylor says, "Love Jesse's hat." Thank you. The woman who made this, her daughter was a fan of the YouTube channel, so I ordered this from Etsy a year or so ago, and she replied to the message, and she was like, "Thank you for making me be the cool mom, because I got to make a hat for you, and my daughter is a big fan." And I was like, oh my god, that's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. I don't even think my own daughter's a fan of my YouTube channel.
Your daughter's a fan of me.
Yeah, she is. Do you guys have one picked out?
Okay, so I have the next question here. It comes from Abigail in the chat, which I thought this was really interesting, and I never really thought about it before. What?
What?
You turned into a robot there.
Sorry, my internet.
Robot
doesn't do anything.
Chewie.
I don't know if I exist or not.
You
We could
exist
put you in a Kirby
outside of
game.
time.
No.
Like,
Put Kayla in a Kirby game with Robo Bobo. Or whatever it's
What?
called.
I
Robo-
literally don't know anything that just happened.
It's the Kirby game. It's like
really
Kirby,
shit
the
myself.
Robo. I don't know. It was on 3DS. Am I
Planet
imagining
Robobot.
things? Am I from an
Planet-
alternate universe where this
Yes.
game came out?
you are, but I know the one you're talking about.
So you're also from the universe.
No, I just know about it.
All right, go ahead, Tubes.
Try again.
And she
Oh,
points
she's.
out.
Oh no.
Go ahead, Tubes. Disconnect.
Daniel, while we wait on Tubes' internet to work itself out.
No,
do you- no.
I think I'm okay. It's
Okay.
working better now, surprisingly.
Okay.
Oof.
Okay. So Abigail asks, why do you think that Link's memories aren't from his point of view when he remembers them? And how does he recall memories when some aren't even his? Cough. Champion's ballad. Cough.
Well, the Champions ballads are told to him by Cass, so those ones are at least excusable.
Yeah, they're told
But-
to him.
The other ones, which ones is he not there for though? Other of the base game ones, I think he is there for all of them except for the beginning of one of them where he shows up, the one at the ancient columns. That's the only
Which
one
is
I can think of.
confusing. Yeah.
It is still confusing. They're definitely, like, the way they're framed is definitely from Zelda's point of view. I know that the one on the Divine Beast also, he kind of just, Zelda's asleep with Urbosa,
Yeah.
and then, like, shows
And
up.
then he
So, yeah,
shows up.
Forget what I said. It's super
Yeah.
weird.
I have an idea.
He's a spectator to his own memories. He just shows up and he's like, I remember everything that happened before I got here.
So
Don't you?
my idea is that I don't know how this could have happened, but like the area itself was, so you have to go to the areas themselves to remember them. So maybe it's like if there's a way, I don't know how. I'm just gonna say magic, but like
Ooh, good answer.
the areas themselves save the memories, and then maybe when Link gets there, he gets to see the memories through the way that the area there seen them, or like maybe through magic they're displayed on the Sheikah slate. So like he's
No,
not-
because he definitely doesn't see them. Because people will be like, hey, are you okay? And he's like having a memory.
yeah, but you when you go to look at the memories, like in game, you look at the Sheikah slate, just like you look at the Sheikah slate to look at the pictures and all of the, like the weird compendium that's on the Sheikah slate for like the encyclopedia or whatever.
But Tubes does have a point. Like, there's dialogue during the memories of, like, when you call Mifa and Rivali, for example. Like, the memories in those places, there's dialogue with characters that are there, and they're like, you know, they're the guy that's standing in front of Link being like, you know?
Yeah, right?
Like, he's like
Like,
totally
hello?
spaced out. They're like you awaken from the Rivali one, and Teba's wife, whose name I cannot remember, she's literally like yelling at like, are you okay? Like, because he's just stood there spaced out. So, which is kind of funny, but yeah, I think he does look at it like reference of like, this is the spot I'm in, okay, and then I always figured he kind of lowered it and looked at the actual area, because we kind of cut to like a first person perspective, right? Before he totally just zones and just
Yeah,
Yeah.
the only other thing I could think of is that he just has a really wild imagination.
oof, none of those memories are real. He's just,
Yeah.
are you okay? Robot laugh.
The real problem comes from trying to give an in-game reason to like a video game mechanic.
Yep.
So maybe this is one of the things. It's like it's not meant to be explained. It's just like, why does Link get hearts after? Does he literally eat the hearts of his enemies, or
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, she's gone. She's
At least she's excited.
She's out of here.
she left on a good note.
Yeah. So Tomoya, do you have one picked out?
I could pick any from the mailbag. I'm not sure. 'cause
Yeah,
I've never done this before.
any
I'm not sure if
question?
Oh yeah.
uh,
Jeez, the ghost haunts us.
Yeah. Comes
is
to
the,
find out, plot twist. She's not really frozen. She just has that face stuff.
Oh yeah, she just.
Am I still
Oh, yeah,
frozen?
she's-
No, you're good now.
it was all an act.
Like that,
David.
right?
David gives $5 tip. Says, "What do you guys think the biggest improvement Breath of the Wild needs, and what would be the
Ooh.
best way to blend the traditional and new elements in the next game?" The easiest way, I would say, is just cut the 120 shrines in half to 60, and then use
Rest on dungeons.
like just take
Yeah.
the 60 different puzzles and rooms that would have been in those shrines and put like a fire theme to some and put a water theme to others and just turn them into actual like themed temple dungeons.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of that, actually, I feel like the shrines themselves got really boring to look at least for me.
Yeah.
I felt like they could have done something simple, like all the shrines, depending on what province it's in. Like say like the Death Mountain, like that area. If you went in those shrines, it'll have like a fiery, like the actual architecture of the shrines themselves are like is based around its environment. So it'll be like all like rocky, volcanic type of like you'll see like Goron designs and stuff or whatever the hell the culture. It's like as if the civilization around the shrines kind of like influenced the design of the shrines, and then you'd have like forest themed ones and stuff. It just make it more interesting, at least if you're going to do something like that.
Yeah. Because even Twilight Princess, like there's some caves, like they're not dungeons. I guess you could look at them as like tiny mini dungeons, but there's some areas that it's literally a cave that you go into, and then there's like some lava at the bottom of it that you need to avoid. There's the one where to get the chest you need to like walk off the ledge, but then equip your iron boots while you're falling so that you'll get sucked up by the magnetic thing. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That was by the bridge, wasn't it?
I think so.
It was by the bridge.
Yeah.
So
You
like
need the claw shot to get up to it. Though,
Yeah.
The
So
entrance.
Twilight Princess has those one room puzzles that are similar to some of the shrines in Breath of the Wild. So if they could have been themed like that, to where it's like, okay, well, there's lava at the bottom, so don't at least have that theme. Which there were some fire puzzles in some of them, but not enough of the shrines.
Yeah, the architecture was the same though. That was the thing.
Yeah.
You can't just put lava on the bottom and just call it good, It was
Just lava. Good.
there you go. There's your lava themed shrine.
All right. What's next? Water. Good.
Oh,
They did that too, Some of the shrines just had water like that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Put
Honestly,
grass on the
though-
ceiling. We're good. All right.
Justin super chatted us $2 to ask us what our favorite Zelda game is.
He said
And
lol
I-
JK though.
Yeah, I was gonna say I pass on the question. I have no answer.
There's that-
I don't actually like Legend of Zelda.
Can
it's
I
just
say-
a figment of your imagination.
She's a fake gamer girl.
Yeah, I'm a
I'm-
fake gamer girl.
I'm from the
Oh
future,
my gosh.
and I say Cadence of Hyrule 2.
Jeez. Slow down.
Yeah.
Jesse.
2022, Cadence of Hyrule 2.
All right.
Oh dear. That's a very hard question. I guess strictly for nostalgia reasons, it's probably A Link to the Past. Just for
We're
the
actually
game.
answering this question. I thought we were kidding.
Apparently. But that's like very just drop of the hat, without me being too analytical about it. But because I've been replaying a lot of these Zelda games on my Twitch channel, and I have to say playing through them, Ocarina of Time is a game I love and I grew up playing and I loved it. But then there's a few points where I was like, oh my god, this guy needs to shut up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there was no point in A Link to the Past where I was like, this is that one part that I don't like. So that's probably the one for me. So
All
Okay,
right.
we'll tell
Love
you
that
what.
game. There you go, Justin.
For the price of $2, Justin, you need to tell me what's my favorite Legend of Zelda game.
It's Majora's Mask, Juice.
No! It's not!
Oh.
All right. Yeah, I guess back to before we had the donations. So,
Yes.
do you guys, Tamoya, you were going to pick out your question, right?
Yeah. I wasn't sure if this is because I'm looking at the document, but it's from Clemens Treffel. Did I say that right? Today at 11:37. Am I looking at the right thing?
Yeah, well, it doesn't necessarily mean it was like today. Just it was
Oh.
today when I copied and pasted it. but
Oh wow, that's embarrassing.
but don't worry.
Am I looking at the right thing?
Yeah.
You are looking at the right thing though.
Okay. It says like okay, multiple questions from me. That?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
What about a four swords? Okay, so make it a King Crab. Logan's question. What if they had an adult Wind Waker? So what if Toon Link was an adult? That'd be interesting, actually. Zelda MMORPG. Breath of the Wild is already kind of like that.
Yeah.
Minus the
Yeah.
minus one M. And the O.
Right.
It's just an
Um,
MMORPG.
A JRPG.
It's just M. It's just massive.
Oh, I was really confused. I was like, I don't understand. This game isn't multiplayer.
No,
Yeah, I feel like that would have helped Breath of
You
the Wild
thought-
a lot for me.
Did you think the M that I took out was the massive?
No, okay. So before we answer that, Justin donated $2.79 in Canadian, the currency of Daniel.
Of a whole country, not just me.
it's just the currency of
It
Daniel.
speaks to Daniel. It's currency.
So, who's the best Justin, and why isn't it him? Can you guys
Thanks,
answer that?
Justin.
Timberlake.
No.
'Cause he's
What
rich.
the-
No, I don't know. This is just
I
the
don't-
first famous
So is
Justin.
it like him and Halo Justin fighting
Yeah,
each
him
other?
and Halo Justin are gonna fight
They're-
to the.
They're gonna fight.
We can do this the Dark Knight way.
I'm gonna say probably just Justin Tiger because he's the one that gave money.
Yeah, there you go.
So you're the best one.
Well, I say we can do this the Dark Knight way, where the Joker hires the two guys and just gives them the pull stick to break and fight each other to see who gets
Yeah.
the job. So
How do you do
Yikes.
that? How do you do that?
you very
Through super chats.
careful.
Over the internet.
Whoever reaches $100 first.
Right?
Yeah, settle and smash, guys.
No. I'm kidding. Yeah, actually, that's a good answer. Settle it, smash.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Yes.
So
This question, Zelda MMORPG. What was the other prongs of this?
that was the
four-sorted
adult
question?
Toon Link, right?
Adult Toon Link. Zelda MMORPG.
whoever ends up with the Star/Triforce game. Also recapping the previous comment. What do you mean by the game option?
I don't understand this question. This is a lot.
I don't
to
remember what
unpack.
the previous comments were. I should have copied and pasted those into here as well. I did a bad job on this
So
doc,
was the previous one the one before this, or like the real Chublima? Chublima?
Oh, that's you, Choobs.
That's actually. That's actually
What?
just
Am I doing
Jesse.
something wrong?
Wait, what?
Oh,
That's me.
That was Jesse changing his username
Yeah,
to
you
the real
changed
real
it to the real Chublima.
Um, Okay, well, I think we'll probably just leave out the confusing parts, but we can answer two of these four sorted questions. I guess Adult Wind Waker, Zelda MMORPG. I guess thoughts about that happening.
I think it would be amazing to have if they gave us like Breath of the Wild with a new world, but multiplayer. And I've said this a billion times, in the same way that you can just randomly summon Wolflink to Breath of the Wild and have the AI play alongside you, if that could be a friend
Oh,
playing
man.
alongside me. and just have it completely optional in the game in the same way Wolf Link is, I think that would be perfect.
Better yet, you can use that to like spawn another player into that location, like over the internet. You know, that'd be pretty cool.
That would be. But I think
because if you're gonna do the Wolf Link thing, you.
Gus just posted in the Discord a screenshot of where my webcam froze.
Oh no. Oh dear. It would be really neat though if they do something like multiplayer to I probably have said it many times on the podcast, but explore the different physical attributes of the different races in Zelda. Be able to have play as a Zora character, and then you got your Goron guy and a Rito Gerudo character, and just make a sweet party of all these different races. You get your own little champions together, and I don't know, it would be really cool because I mean we've played as Link many times, so I think if we were doing a Zelda MMORPG, take Link out of that and maybe just have this be a
very
game
generic characters that represents yourself rather than a story-driven character.
Yeah, exactly. Not someone that's, or even you could have Link off doing his own thing, or not be someone playable in it.
Right, you'll be like an NPC.
You'd be like a main NPC or something,
or a trainer or something. That'd be kind of
cool. Oh, yeah, or Old Man Link. He's already done, and I'm a little too old for this.
He takes after the King of Hyrule. Takes after his shift.
He just sits around baking apples.
Yeah. And chopping that tree down.
Yeah.
Yelling at little kids who steal his food.
It's funny though that the part about the adult Wind Waker, which by the way, if anytime you put adult in front of anything, my mind goes to the worst place. We're gonna say, but in one of those books, I think it was Zelda Encyclopedia, where it showed that there was concept art of the idea of Link aging throughout Wind Waker, like slowly going. You start the game as Toon Link as we know him at the beginning of that game, but as the game goes on, he progressively ages, and then by the end of the game, you'd have an older Link, which is like not a thing that the GameCube could have been able to pull off hardware-wise, probably. But it's such a cool idea to sort of actually grow as a character that way, like literally grow as a character that way. Yeah. As long as they didn't just do it as like time jumps. It's like you finish a quest and then it's like 5 years later. And then it's like, what was he doing this whole time? I'm not gonna do the next part of the game. Yeah. So yeah, that would be cool.
Like, what would Wind Waker Link look like as an adult? What would Toon Link look like?
Well, like Breath of the Wild Link in like the Toon Link gear, but then like a much bigger head.
That's
a bigger head.
Yeah, actually, that's all right.
More expressive.
Like a giant Hey Arnold.
Yeah, just big Hey Arnold.
Wow.
Just big Hey Arnold.
And then green. Instead of a tiny hat, it's just a tiny Link cap.
I always forget about Hey Arnold's tiny hat. I don't know why, it's just one of those details. I always forget that he wears a kilt and has a tiny hat.
Yeah. So, Daniel, do you pick out the final question?
It's the final question. So...
Wow.
You gotta play with an ocarina.
Hey everyone, it's me again, Hylia Rose. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video. And you know what? If you're a fan of videos like this, you should totally subscribe and give this video a like and comment below to let us know what type of videos you would like to see us create in the future. And if you would really like to support all of us here at the GameOverJesse channel, please consider purchasing a GameOverJesse t-shirt or becoming a Patreon at patreon.com/GameOverJesse, where you can receive many rewards, such as getting shoutouts, having any topic or theory that you select discussed on the podcast or made into its own video, having your question answered, joining on as a guest on the podcast, and playing with us during our Twitch live streams at twitch.tv/GameOverJesse, and much, much more.